All right, so welcome to the first episode of the Prosper Report Official, and this is the audio-only version. So we have a very, very impactful show for you today. First, locally, we're going to talk about working hours and work weeks, because I mean, there's so many different philosophy of how many, how much days you should work and hours, and so we're going to be touching that. Regionally, we're definitely going to talk about what's going on in Guyana. I'm telling you, what's going on over there is crazy, right? And internationally, we cannot leave out the Trump stuff, right? Mr. Tariff. So he's going to be, last on our agenda. I mean, okay. So I'm your host, Dalton, and in studio here with me, I have Mr. Anthony Allen. So, Mr. Allen, I mean, this has been long awaiting. This has been long awaited. So, I mean, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, working hours. I mean, what are your thoughts on working hours? I mean,
the working hours, I remember, like, long time ago, right? So from since I'm born to when I get a job, to going to school, get a job, till I finish and open up my own business and so on. As you know, working hours is 8 hours, right? In America, it was 9 to 5.
Right.
That's the proper thing. Everybody will have 95.
Yeah,
That's 8 hours.
Right.
I think it's really 8 to 4.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
I guess maybe because of how how the sun rises in different places. Up there cold, so the sun come out a little later or something.
Right.
I notice they have like this daylight saving time or whatever.
Right.
They change, right?
Mhm.
Maybe the sun. So you get in a thing, maybe the sun come out a little earlier, so you can do work a little earlier. So it's always 8 hours, and you get a lunch hour, a whole hour, right? Have lunch. Now lately I just start noticing like it gone to 9 hours. And when you get lunch, like they give you and the lunch, like they're not responsible for lunch.
No,
Right.
which I find.
Because the 8 hours, the lunch was a part of the 8
Right.
The lunch hour.
So technically
So
you'll be
like
7 hours
of
working and 1 hour.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's 9 hours and 1 hour out of it is not counted as something. So
Yeah, the 1 hour of it is like they don't pay you up. And listen, the 9 hours thing is not even just a problem. It's like everywhere you go, there's like different hours.
Right.
It's like 9 hours here, 8 hours here, then there's 12 hours there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's supposed to be have to do with like work ethics, whatever legal stuff. Kind of really, I work for myself mostly.
Right,
So
of course.
I do not know what's going on, but I just start noticing things changing. Like the workers' union, so like they're not really supporting anybody.
I don't think so either.
To be
Yeah.
just there to just have a job.
Have a job, yeah, exactly. And to maybe say that, all right, they're doing
And
something.
they
Because
don't do 9 to 5.
either. Okay, you see.
I said they just go in maybe 8 o'clock and by 12 o'clock
They're gone.
Government workers.
Listen, I will be honest with you. I heard about, when people did talk about Antigua and how, I'm talking about people overseas. I'm not just talking about people here. But we've been talking about Antigua, and basically, people outside even realize that we are corrupt.
Right.
We are, because there's so many exceptions to the rules here. It's crazy.
And then you have colleges where people are doing as they feel. Like I see people working for a company, especially like students.
Right.
And Syrian students. Not a French,
Right.
Syrians especially.
Right.
Black people working with Syrians, and you see they taking the Syrians children to school, and they're in the shop and they play. Like if they're taking care.
Yeah,
the
that's.
store, but like you can take it.
But hold on, but not just that. Not just that. If you think about it, right? Like you know, we're talking about stores. What about these Syrian restaurants where almost like the worker comes in maybe at 9 o'clock and they in it? Yes, they are the night. They all the way at 11 and 12 o'clock. They're still working.
Right.
I mean, what I'm saying, right? I'm saying
You job description.
no, and I'm saying, what's the standard for that? Like what? I mean, who makes up these rules? Do they make up these rules as they go off?
I don't know how that works. You'll see girls also working in a serious job.
Right.
And then when you ask them if they get paid, you make like 250.
That's another thing. That's another.
Something. It's something I get in with all the time.
Yeah, I do.
You know, at least choose something and they're working like.
I mean, the minimum wage is $9 an hour, and $9 an hour. You know, if you put 9 times 8, is that right? The 9 times 8, that would be about what? $81? Is that about that?
Something like 9 8.
$72. $72, right? That's $72 a day, and $72 a day. Exactly. So I don't understand.
You basically get
exactly, and at the end of the week it's at least 4 something, right?
Right.
Yeah, at the end of the week it's 4 something because 72 and 72. That's why 72. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. That would be 144, right? And 140, right? So that's over $400 a week.
Exactly.
So when I'm trying to figure, and remember, they're working way more than 8 hours.
Right.
So if they're working way more than 8 hours, there is no way that you should be making 3 something. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Say,
hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I heard this is a crazy part. I heard. Now, Antiguans has been very selective when it pertains to certain work, and Antiguans don't work like a lot of times Antiguans don't want to do like security work and stuff like that. And given what I've heard and what I've experienced myself, I can see why. Because the hours are ridiculous. You basically don't have any time for yourself. And how you actually make money doing those kind of jobs, you have to basically do overtime to actually see something. And it doesn't make any sense working because eventually, even when you make the money, you're going to be paying it back to the doctors. So you're making money to make yourself sick, to make the doctor rich. Exactly. You're working to go back to work. And
they pay you just enough to feed yourself so that you can get the job. It's like what slavery.
Exactly.
Feed the person.
Right.
And of course, they're going to feed you good.
Right.
Because they want to be good and strong, like they have a dog or a cattle or whatever you have them for, you feed them.
Right.
But you feed them good. So what they do is pay you to feed you so that you can be strong enough to come back.
And then that's it.
Buy the clothes to come and do something. Yeah.
That's crazy. And the bare fact that our little country have all these little mini systems, operating. Don't we have like what we call a better business bureau here or something that can, overlook, these institutions, these workplaces that, implementing these substandards, because it doesn't make sense for, to just have people work. Come on. Especially just put slavery in brackets.
They are
14
straight. No day off. And 10 hours a day. And 12 hours a day too, because they have their 12-hour shifts. I'm trying to figure out. And it's supposed to be legal, but yet it is not legal. And then they have police and so on. Well, to put this in a war TV group, so maybe no one can tell out.
It's crazy.
And you work on moonlighting,
What's moonlight?
moonlighting as in they get a job at some restaurant to do security and then
Oh, that's what they call it,
you
moonlighting.
do it in the night.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is supposed to be something that you don't do, but you do it anyway.
But hold on. But the thing
Right?
about it is,
So remember, of course, as a police, you can call into something,
right.
but then no, you're on a job.
But then you know the thing about that moonlight, okay, moonlighting, right? The bare fact that they are maybe police officers, they could probably charge the price that they want to charge. Like for instance,
Yeah,
if I'm just drawing a reference.
yeah,
If it's a regular security, we probably security get $9-10 an hour.
yeah.
If you're gonna take an actual officer to do security, then that would maybe mean maybe they'll charge you like $25 an hour, something.
Yeah, but the thing is, the idea why we doing that is because, as far as I understand, it is basically like illegal.
Oh, it is
Police
illegal.
not supposed
But
to
we do
be
moonlighting.
having side jobs and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I remember time ago when I was younger, I remember they used to say policemen cannot have like they cannot have their own
Sidelines.
business.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Because you have a job that you can call anytime.
Anytime, right.
Right. So you could not own your own business and so on. Right? I never know if it was really true, it just I always hear that.
But then hold on.
Right?
Thinking about that. I mean it's true, but thinking about that in terms of the police not being able to act. I mean, I'm saying, what do you know? Like, do we know how much the police get paid? Like, how much do they get paid?
I think it's like what, 4,000 a month or something. 4,000.
So it's about maybe 4,000 a month. Okay, well maybe how to work that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it's a lot of people.
Well,
Yeah.
as I say,
The thing is, that's what I'm saying. I think I have a lot of things that's supposed to be illegal with books, but in practice, that's not what it is.
that's
Well,
crazy.
we have legalism and then we have culture. Culture as it goes, what we practice.
Right.
Right. So not supposed to be done, but yet everybody does it.
Does it? That's crazy. That's
Right.
crazy. Well,
They're not supposed to have bands in villages, but you have a band that's supposed to like big night villages. Nobody really don't tell you to lock it.
to lock it down.
because
Right.
You're not.
Right. Well, you can hear us. We're having this discussion on working week, and we would like to know what you think. I mean, what do you think? Do you think that 8 hours is fine? Do you think that 9? Do you think that our little country, a little Antigua, is supposed to have all these substandards, or do you think that it should have one, standard across the board? Let us know what you think. Let us know about what you think about the work week. Now we are down to a next serious topic, right? And I can tell you, when I'm talking about this topic, you could almost hear, the humor drain out of my voice. This thing with the 11-year-old girl. I mean, I was following it on Facebook, and I'm telling you, it's very heartbreaking.
No one can have to talk much to it except the idea that the same thing like a culture. In the Caribbean, right? I know you're not taking the show, but seems to be in the Caribbean, right? Where things happen, and for like a while everybody vexed and this and that big thing, but then after a while I just like Chandra,
Oh, oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Yes.
After that,
All right, so we'll be taking a break, and we'll be back in like a few minutes.
This podcast has been brought to you by Dredge Anonymous, where we do real, legit, and definitely not fake giveaways. And we're giving away over 1,000 US subscribers, and you could be a winner today as well. Just join the Discord down in the description, and do enjoy the rest of the podcast.
All right, so we're back here with the Prosper Report. I'm telling you. What were we talking about again?
Stuff with the incident in Guyana.
Adriana Young. Yes. That's what we were talking about.
So, yeah, to me, like the basic thing, Caribbean stuff, right? Well, a little bit different in Guyana and Trinidad actually.
Trust me.
But basically, like Eastern Caribbean and Trinidad and so on. Yeah, some happen. Everybody's talking about what they do and so on. The girl and the people that get
Chop off. Yeah, I know
So
a lot of
people feel like they do the most things. They catch people and that, but this stuff never happen.
Right.
Then to go with that some truth with the young and the young and then get farm or something.
Again, I mean, Antigua. Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
As Antiguans, when I see what Guyana is doing, it makes me feel good that that they're standing up for their young, but it also makes me feel bad as an Antiguan because when we think about that girl is 11. Chantel Crump was 9. Right? I'm not saying I actually saw people coming together. I did. But it was very short-lived. Very, very short-lived. And to this day, we're talking about on social media how we were gonna call the missing the missing alert as the Chantel alert. A lot of people not even using that. They're not even using it. It's
like this.
Exactly. I'm saying, listen. What happened to that girl Adriana Young is beyond tragic, right? And my heart goes out to the family members. My heart does go out to the family members. What I like is the fact that they're doing something about it.
And this is the thing, for some people say, well, you don't need them kind of violence and so on. No, it could even be to the point where, let's say the person in the hotel,
right?
He actually didn't kill her or whatever and so on.
Right.
The thing is, when things happen, people are supposed to do something that make people
exactly.
know it's no joke.
Okay, exactly. Yes.
Because somebody has died. An entire hotel building kind of come up to the life of a person.
No, it can't.
So even if let's say my house was burned down and then they end up buying the insurance can just keep paying it back.
Of course. You can't build her. You can't build back the little girl.
You cannot build back the little girl.
Exactly.
So if you end up that it's not him or whatever, right? And they go charge nobody. Now I don't really make it worse.
Right.
So why
exactly.
Somebody got murdered, people get angry. And there's a point where they said the police and them said that they saw the girl leaving some car or something.
Which was, listen,
a lie.
Listen, so, you're saying that, right? I don't mean to cut you. But do you remember when the Chantel Crump situation, when they said that they found clothes, you remember that retracted statement? They retracted the statement. People, I hope you are seeing the trend. Because what I'm saying is the same thing. When they retract, how can the police say, oh, we went to the house and we found a uniform and a bag? All of a sudden now, the statement was retracted. I'm not trying to take away from the whole Adriana Young situation. I'm trying to show you the similarities. I'm trying to show you that it's a trend.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What is really happening with the law enforcement? I mean,
police just basically like it's just a job, yeah.
Yes.
And all it is like a 9 to 5 basic thing. Just going to work and they're like, if this is somebody coming to close, like, oh, what stupid story you come with now? Going about people, somebody. What make you the time you go trapping or something?
Yeah.
Then excited to figure out things.
No.
Right? Like you finally say, hey, why don't we do that? And then go, like when people come in excited, they go on the spot and look around and ask
Of course,
questions.
of course.
Hey, you want to find out. That's
Of
what
course.
you do. When you have a job, it's not a job to just get paid. That is what you do.
You do exactly,
Right?
exactly,
So the thing
exactly.
is,
Policing should be a
work,
part, should be
Right.
a lifestyle.
and that is
Just
why-
yeah, exactly, and not just a 9 to 5 job. You should be somebody who cares about
Right,
civilian lives.
So when a police walk in a village, people are teaching so supposed to fight.
Exactly, exactly.
This man here, if you pick up anything, that's what he do. He look around and he doesn't look where you look for it. You like you up to something.
And listen, and
Right.
now with that whole Adrian situation, there is police and civilian at war.
Right, and it's supposed to be the police. That's the one that running around looking pretty.
Exactly.
And the people that sit back and get the police whatever information they want.
That's it. That's it.
Say, hey, when I see this girl, right? You go to the man that run the hotel or whatever. Hey, these people come in and blah blah blah. Oh, this is the girl. Go on, right? And the hotel man supposed to fight them. Any information guys supposed to say.
Exactly.
This and blah 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 blah. But like you, police idea is, right? You're protecting who and the killer. It's like innocent until proven guilty.
Guilty, right?
So before they even find the criminal, he's innocent.
And you're talking about that. I mean, yeah. I mean,
tell them what's going on. We don't know. We can't tell you anything. So now people that start to stuff.
exactly.
Because they want to find out.
Right.
So now they know acting like the police. They're
Exactly.
doing what the police
Supposed to be doing.
Right.
Supposed to be doing.
And because they're not police, they're going to be unprofessional.
Of course. Of
So all the
course.
stuff they're doing is not because they just bad, it's because they're doing what the police are supposed to be doing and they're unprofessional and they don't know how to do
How to do it. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So this is a man that look like he made a knife, a kitchen knife. Like when they see them, they throw the knife and they don't push on something, they may be afraid, they say, what? Go come and you kick. Then they go up and top and maybe kill you.
Exactly.
Right? The
Exactly.
police will know what to do.
What to do. Exactly. Well,
Right.
because they're trained.
Right. But
They're
because
trained.
they're not doing anything, civilians are being the police.
Police,
and
exactly.
They're not stupid.
Jungle justice. And,
Yeah, not blame them.
No.
Because
No,
you're
we
not
no.
doing your work.
exactly.
It's like if
Exactly.
you have people that run out of baby shop in a TV, that's one day, boy, you kind of sleepy today, like. And people just start making their own bread and next thing and burn down their house and all this. But people just do things,
Exactly.
right? Because, and they don't know what to do.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
do this stuff for themselves and they're not good at it.
Right. You as a professional,
You're
a trained
supposed to
professional,
Yo,
supposed to.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
We
We got this right.
right?
But you know what
We
it
have
is?
to do that.
You know what it is? Is that just as you said, law enforcement is becoming more about money.
Yeah,
It's more about money. And so that's dangerous. It's dangerous because when it becomes about money, then other people just put $2 in your hand and you just look the other way.
Right.
And that's exactly what's been happening.
From that, for one, it's like taxpayers not paying enough, so let's go and get some extra money. So now they're working for the criminal that give them plenty more than that. They just say, hey, that's not free. Then even after hide thing, they just don't do nothing.
Exactly. And I think personally, you as an officer, I mean, anybody doing any job will tell you there that everybody could use a little more money.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
But you don't, because you're not making a certain amount of money, you don't go around burning down the country, because that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
When you're leaving the civilians to do the policing
Yeah.
or take justice in their own hands, right? That's what you're potentially doing. You're burning the country down because there is no order.
It's not the civilians' fault, it's your fault.
Exactly.
You're not doing
What you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
No, to touch even on the same Adriana situation. When I was watching this on Facebook, they said the family was outside standing for hours outside the hotel.
Yeah.
How is that? And how can you, as the police, come there surrounding the hotel, who are you protecting the hotel from?
Yeah.
What about the little child who's in there? Who's protecting that little child? who's looking for that little child.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right. You
And it's the
call it
same
jungle
thing.
justice when from the beginning they hear and they just go and attack
Going to,
someone.
right, exactly,
But that's not
exactly.
what happened.
Right,
They ask a question.
right.
It's like in a theater right now, they're so frustrated that nothing is happening.
Uh,
That every day people asking the commissioner, police, come out, say something. You don't say anything, right? And you just so you're lucky that nobody doing anything.
exactly.
Right?
And
You just don't, people gonna start do things.
right. And listen to me.
Right.
I wouldn't even let me tell you, I would say, I'm be honest, if we in Antigua stood up for Shannon Trump more, right? And things happen, I'll be honest with you. As long as not a lot not innocent people getting hurt, I would be proud of Antigua.
Yeah.
Because I would say when they realize that the people standing behind that child is serious, right? Then suddenly the music will start change. Because what I'm saying is that it will deter people from just going out there and feel like they can just, kidnap somebody's child and do whatever they want with the child. Because they realize, hey, people around here, we not stand for them something. Not stand for them. You get what I'm saying? And I will be honest, big up to Guyana because Guyana is showing them, now take them. If I not do something, we could do something about it. And this is the kind of mentality that I respect. I respect this kind of mentality because when you are messing with people like this, you would realize the people in them are together, right? Two, it is hard to come between people like those because they stand together.
There's a lot of people over thousands.
Exactly, and listen, that's how that. Listen, you're talking about locking up, right? I was watching another video with Guyana today. I don't know if y'all the listeners can tell me if the incidents are related, but I actually saw two kids, and it's not no joke thing, not because I laugh, but I saw two kids holding a shield while police were shooting at them. I'm talking about kids now, and I'm talking about kids in uniform, and they're throwing things at the police. Two things. Shame on those officers. One.
Tell the first people say, why those kids, why the police shooting?
Exactly.
But that's the whole idea is that, right? When you're talking about kids, nobody's supposed to be attacking
no kids. Exactly.
So they worry about the kids having shield and all that.
Exactly.
They have a shield, why? To shield themselves
from the bullets. Exactly. Okay. And at this point in time, it doesn't even matter if it's blank in those guns. Why are you firing those things at kids?
Exactly.
Can you hit the child even if it's a blank? You hit the child at that wrong spot, the child will die.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Because their arm system are not like our system. So I saw these two kids in school uniform and shielding off bullets. I was like, what is going on in Guyana? What is going on, right? And this is what I'm saying. I'm saying, listen, we need more people who are serious, like our Guyana is serious. We need that, right? And if we have those kind of citizens among us here in Antigua, we won't have another Chantel Trump. There shouldn't even be a first one, much less. Chantel Trump, but I guess, you know what? It definitely was a Trump. We definitely don't want no Chantel Trump. Okay, so it's Chantel Trump. Chantel Trump.
We can get over to the internet.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna go out to it. Maybe that's what that was telling me. We need to get to the Trump of the situation. All right. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. Remember, this is the Prosper Report.
Guys, this is the end of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed the topics discussed. This is Dredge Anonymous once more. Remember to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends. Dredge Anonymous out. Thanks for watching.